Hey guys, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. My name is Twitchi, and we are playing a career save over here. We have been doing this for a very, very long time, and last time I actually got to the point where I was scared that maybe our Kerbal Space Program would burn in the fires of failure, and we'd run out of money, and all things would go wrong, to the point where I actually just went, let's leave this for a moment, shall we? Hello, Super Gary Gamer, SRWB, Wise, Leanne, and Landstrider. Indeed, at the beginning, how are you guys all doing? Now, you might remember that I actually left the mission up in orbit to try this tourist one. We'll get back to that. We really will get back to that. It's not showing it at the moment. When I logged in, I had this weird little glitch. Hey, Mark, how are you doing? I'm doing very well, thanks. Where it actually showed me this ticking down in time. I had to come in and remember what I'm doing. I had a very full-on week this week, so I came in and I had a look. And yeah, this was ticking down. I was like, no. Went and looked, and actually it was broken. Now, I don't want to blame you guys for last week, but let's be honest, there was a way to save this, and I think I've actually figured out what this way to save it is. But before we do that, should we try and get this K2 mission done? Do you guys remember this suborbital flight that we had on the go there? Let's go and do this. Yeah, I am almost certain that I can save the mission. I've had all week to think about it. Sorry, I even got all big and gesticulary about that. I probably got moved away from my microphone. Just being given dinner as streamer start. That happens. There's a reason the tourist signed the waivers. Yes, indeed. I've got a knot in my headphone wires here, and it's plugged in at one end, and I'm wearing the other. And I've made the loop big enough, but I can't climb through it. The wire's not big enough there. Should we just give this a go, and we can have a look at what's going on? So we are down here, and all I need to do is make sure that I'm in suborbital over the top of that. That is it. That's all I need to do. That should be simple to do, right? Well, this mission doesn't look like it can do it. Can I revert? No, we can't revert back. So what we can do? No, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna press F5. Bam. Let's make sure that we have a save here, because we're probably going to revert. I just want to show you guys what's going on here. Let's go to about half throttle and go. We just want to get up and out of the atmosphere. We don't really care what's going on. About that sort of angle, I believe. Now, I did have a... let's click this, activate navigation, and we should be able to go prograde and see our little navigation marker down the bottom here. As I say, I only really want to go... look, there it is. You see that little purple down below. I don't want to be turning too fast, too hard, or anything like that. I need to get up above the atmosphere and then turn too hard, too fast, so that we can carry on. And we're trying to keep suborbital, but we're also trying to get up high enough to get out of the atmosphere. You know, that is a thing that's going on. All right, we are moving 4 kilometers up, moving very, very slow. I'm about to hit up to full acceleration there. Let's bring that down. That was maybe a little bit too much of a jump. I like to pull off about 2 Gs of acceleration whilst I'm cruising through any type of atmosphere. I don't know why. I heard Scott Manley say 2 Gs once, and I'll be honest, it just kind of stuck, and I don't know why. Okay, so I mean, I'm allowed to be honest like that, right? That's the thing I'm allowed to tell you guys. We are going to be very nicely trying to cruise our way up, and it looks like we are going pretty much in the right line. I could probably do with turning a little bit more north, but of course, as the planet spins, maybe not. We'll just leave it there. Now, Apoapsis, I'm trying to get it coming out somewhere. Or it'd be nice if actually we pumped up to about 100, but we'll see what we get from this. I'm just going to let this burn out. In fact, I'm going to go prograde, and we're going to let that burn through this way. Oh, looking good. In fact, I might stop that bad boy. That might even be going a little bit too far for me. That was kind of not what I wanted. Fire on screen. That's good. Okay, cool. Oh, how is everybody else doing? I've given you the rundown of how I'm doing. How are you guys doing out there? I hope you're all doing incredibly well. I hope you're having one of the best weeks you've ever had. I mean, that would mean that all the days up to here have not been so great, so maybe I don't wish that. Maybe I'll just wish you're having your standard, regular, amazing week. I hope you're all having your standard, regular, amazing week. How about that? Okay, this is looking good. It doesn't look like I'm going to hit the position that we want to be hitting, though. That's cool. Take a breath. Sorry, I've been busy all day, and I've not had anybody to talk to, and I'm just like blah, 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 blah. So, I've just come out of my first astrolab. Oh my gosh, this was good. We're doing the angular resolution of your eyeball. It was pretty cool, actually. So, obviously, there's kind of like... how to describe this. If you have two light sources, if I had a torch and Landstrider had a torch, or a flashlight, whatever you want to call them, right? And we were stood on two hills far away, right? And we were pointing them at you. How far away could you stand before they look like one dot? Say we were stood next to each other rather than two on separate hills, right? Say we're stood next to each other. How close do you have to be for you to be able to see them as two separate torches or flashlights, not just the one? That's not what we would do. We had two little markers on the wall, and we had to hold a ruler up to our eyeballs and try and measure the size of our pupil. So the whole thing was actually all about errors, right? Because, like, I can give you a whole bunch of numbers, but if I don't tell you what machines I used and stuff like that, what errors I expect. Yeah, like the science is practically useless, right? If I can't tell you information about what's happened, like if I say I dropped a ball and it took 4 seconds to hit the floor, I mean, you don't even know how high up I dropped it from. Am I on Earth? Yeah, things like that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that you have to take into account. How do I this one? Boop. Hello. I thought this would have an engine on it. I don't know why I thought this would have an engine on it. If this had just the smallest of engines, even if it had one of the RCS engines, we'd be good. Look at this. I feel like we're very close to actually getting this mission done. If I could just get this moving forwards. Can I go... Let's think about this. If I point radially out... Oh, I'm going to have to do some actual thinking. I wasn't prepared for actual thinking, guys. I have to be honest. If I go to locked camera mode... Now, the locked camera mode, if we look down the barrel of the spaceship, actually orientates ourselves in the same way as this little guy down here. So we can, like, pull up like this, look at our direction there, press R. Now, I want to go forwards, which is... There we go. Okay. All right. Let me now look at the map and see whether we're going to make it far enough. I don't know. I don't think that's going to quite make it. I feel like maybe we're going to crash too early. And that's the shame of this mission. That is the shame of this mission. I'm going to burn through all my RCS. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to burn through it all whilst we're here. And then we will just add a tiny little thrust engine to this. I think I see. You got a pilot with them. I think I do have a pilot with this lot. Let's double check because it is this mission here. Turns out I don't... Yeah, okay. So who's piloting right now? Burbles, of course. Burbles Kerman. We're picking up speed. This is good. I feel like we're also going to die. You know, I feel like maybe we're at the point... let's turn that off. Turn this off. Point retrograde. Oh, look, we're all the way back here. Now, that's prograde. I didn't want to look that way. I'm going to change my camera mode again. It was a little horrible. So we go to about here. Press T. Now... somewhere. What am I doing? I'm pointing that way. So if I once again do this, maybe we can get a little bit extra height out of this mission. Just a little bit of extra height. I just don't think I'm going to make it, you know? Just don't think I'm going to make it. I wish there was a way. There is a way. I know how to do this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm speeding this up. And the way that I'm going to speed this up is come in, press Alt. And no, not like that. Hold Alt and then press this button, the time warp button, and you will see that I have gone time warp ×3. Yes, that's right. I've gone and found myself a physical time warp, not a random mathematical one. Now entering. Wait. Stop. Is there anything I need to do? Okay. Oh, I'm dead. There's almost definitely I'm dead, right? Press the parachute. See what happens. Press R, hold T. Someone was saying in the comments, and I forget who it was. I could go and have a look, but I forget who it was. I should be on surface, not orbital at this point. Yes, actually, you're very right. I should be. So we did the thing. Can we slow down enough to not die doing the thing? That's the real question here. Let's put the last of our fuel, little as it is, into slowing down here. I mean, it's not really working very well, is it? Let's have a look at this horizontal speed here. It's definitely not quite working. But okay, there we go. And now all I do is try and hold myself steady. We can. I don't know. Is this enough room, guys, or am I gonna burn up and die? Answers in the comment. I mean, obviously it's not me. It's my tourists, and we have a quick save, so we can fix this. Speed is still going up. That's not great. Can we have auto? Thank you very much. All right, great. Keep pointing. I mean, I say I want to keep pointing my aero shell at this, but at the same time, that's the one of the more aerodynamic areas on my craft. So I'm not sure if that is actually what I want to do. The one thing I do not want to do is try and put my nose pointed forwards. That will be death. I'm desperately try. I think we did it with the old craft design. What is this? Hey, Fel Magfa. Maybe it was because we didn't have Fel Magfa. I should totally have opened the parachute on that lift stage. Oh well, that's fine. That is ready to go. All right, beautiful. Turn that off with hands free. I'm now good. Hey, Fel Magfa, how you doing? Are you having a good time? Have I got your name right? I've never really checked whether I've been saying that right. Cool. I am going to have a cup of tea here, guys, whilst we're drifting to the floor. So, been doing my astronomical observation laboratory is the kind of the full name of the course that I'm doing. Hey, Peanuts and Cake. That's a name I've not seen for a while. How you doing? And if it's not never seen it, I don't know. I feel like we about to die. Does anybody else feel like we're about to die? Let's just open that up more and hopefully not kill everybody. Oh, G-limits all round, but I think we're good. I think we are good. All right, cool. We did that. So last year, you guys might remember me telling you about all the different physics labs we were doing. I had to twang some rulers and pile up weights and do all sorts of things, stretch wires whilst they were being heated. And my favourite one was using the current running through a magnet to kind of make the wire going through. Current going through a wire that was in a magnet that we balanced to make a little scale, and we used the power of the voltage to weigh stuff on the other side. Anyway, we're doing all this physics stuff, actual physics stuff, whereas this time I'm doing actual astrophysics stuff. So I'm gonna be looking at a whole bunch of that was good. A whole bunch of pictures of the sun, and we're going to be trying to figure out how fast the sun is rotating. I'm going to be looking at star clusters and trying to weigh them. Like, how good is that? But one of the things that we actually get to do is to put in some telescope proposals. Oh, so good. So there's this LCOs. LCO, let's observatory. If I could remember what it's called, I would say it just straight. La Combre. My Spanish is terrible. I keep going for French instead. Observatory. Discovery 2 Super Earth. Okay, well, anyway, this if you put LCO Observatory into Google, it'll show you what we're doing. And they're like, whatever scientific question you want. And I'm just like, what scientific question do I want? Like, really, what do I want to do? I don't know. They're not even letting us do it in groups, so I can't use someone else's idea. Lol. Anyway, we made a whole bunch of money there. You might remember I was very broke before we did that. In fact, I didn't see how far. Passenger transportation. Was pause there? Wait, was pause there? I didn't see pause. Anyway, we have a mission. I should have gone out and looked at it. We have a mission in orbit right now. A mission full of tourists. Was supposed to be a bunch of kinetic impactors. I forgot to put decouplers on there. So what we're going to do instead is send out... Do we have the Engineer Knows Best? This is a craft that I have. Any moment now. There we go. And it's right at the top. An Engineer Knows Best. Great. We're going to pop that down. This guy is just ready and equipped to go deal with whatever it needs to deal with. In fact, one of the things that I'm going to do is I'm just going to come here and take this. Get rid of that. Because what we're going to do instead is put a small grabbing unit on the top here. Just a small one. We're going to take it to the craft, craft full of tourists, and go and transfer this across. I do have an engineer, right? This is something I've got, right? We're gonna send pause. I don't know, across. Burbles and Pause need to shape up. We need to send them on like a moon mission or something. So like Burbles has only had a flight round Kerbal, but I'm sure we've sent pores elsewhere, like many places elsewhere. If you guys can't see, let me talk down this little box of information that we've got here. So first off, we got the name, and then what type of Kerbal they are. So this is an engineer. A whole bunch of effects of what being an engineer will tell you: increased resource converter efficiency, drill efficiency, G tolerance, and stuff like that. And then underneath, you got the log, and this is the bit that I'm always reading every time that I open up this thing. This is what I'm reading, and it tells you where everyone's been. So as you can see, burbles, flight around Kerbin, Pause, fly around Kerbin, and then Anonymity. Look at this, orbit around Kerbin, plant flag on the moon, orbit around Minmus, like bunch of points there. Lanley, same sort of thing, orbits everywhere. Wigwil. Will Wig? I remember their names, honestly. Like orbiting around stuff. No one's been to the moon yet. Not the moon, the sun. Let's have a look at my assigned Kerbals here. First off, we'll just ignore Jebediah at the top there. Yeah, this is my mod art is part of Cafe Addiction. Cafe Addiction? Really? I thought, wow, the scientist, there was Asteroid Crew. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I've been trying to say. What happens if you go over the G tolerance? Do you lose control of the target? So if your Kerbals go over their G tolerance, they pass out, and yes, you do. If your parts go over the G tolerance, they explode. So, nice and easy there. Nice and easy there. Yeah, as Landstrider says, that's good. That's good. We have computer control, by the way, on here. Look at this. This little guy here, that little hexagonal piece. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, octagonal piece. In fact, it's got octo written on it right there. Okay. Anyway, so we did this. What else could we possibly need for the... I mean, can I put this... Like, put the large one in? No, I can't. Okay, that's... What about you? I can put the little one in. So maybe, actually, we don't want to... Let's put this parachute back. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. So these guys are going to fly back. That's going to fly back. I mean, most of the time we're going to be fine, right? Okay, we're going to spend ourselves 75 grand to just go and try and fix the mission. You guys ready to try and fix the mission? Do I send an enemy? No, we'll send Paul just so... Yeah, flight. Let's go for orbit. Let's do it. Launch pad, go! Now, we're going to have to make sure that the orbits line up, right? It's going to have to make sure it's line up well. This knot in my headphone cable is really annoying me. You know when sometimes just something is like, this is my thing today. Hey, welcome back. No problems. I'm always here. You know where I am. Come and go as you please. What was that wobble? I was just having a quick sip of tea, but man, did you see that when we loaded in there? This thing went wob, 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 wob. All right, so we are trying to go here. Okay, let's set that as target. We were trying to have a kinetic impactor. I messed up badly. I think we're going to have to wait like 6 hours. Well, no, it's not 6 hours. How long is the day on Kerbin? I can never remember. But we just want to make sure that we are lined up with this. I'm quite happy to do that. I don't know what we've got. 10 days until the Moho, till the voyage, the Indigo voyage, a craft designed by my good friend and buddy Landstrider there, makes it to Moho. The small confession that I don't know whether it's actually got enough fuel to land, but we'll find out. We'll find out when we get there. Okay, this is going around. We have zoomed out for some reason. Oh, it's because we're coming around the front of the sphere. Okay, let's actually look at Kerbin rather than the craft that we are part of, because then my camera doesn't move. That's kind of what I'm waiting for here. Okay, I think there is probably good enough. We are already traveling with 300 meters per second in that direction. That's the speed that Kerbin rotates, and of course that's where we're at. That's not fast enough to put us into orbit, hence why we fall onto the floor all the time. Yeah? Did you know that's why you're not like flinging it off into orbit? Is because the Earth doesn't spin fast enough. But there is a rate that the Earth could spin where you would be going fast enough to like be slung into orbit. At that point, all the rocks and stuff would disappear, but that's the thing. I figured out you can trade reputation with money or science with money. Yes, indeed, you can. And I'm sure at some point I will start doing that, especially when we fill out the entire tech tree. There'll be absolutely like 0 points to us having science. The science will just be a money bonus. Okay, which way do I want to go? I want to go over that way, right? Let's have a look. From here, we want to go east and south. Yes, so I want to go that way. 3. No, what's everybody's favourite countdown. I mean, like 10, I feel like is too far. 5 might be too. Should we start at 7? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Yeah. Alright, I like that. That was good. We're going to make a little pitch maneuver over this way, something like this, and then we're going to just kind of twist down. That was savage. Oh, so savage. But I think I'm going to take it for now. Is this? No, south. 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 What am I doing? That way. Oh, I sneezed on my keyboard. We're just going to have to revert this one. Sorry. I went too far one way and then trying to come back the other way. Just was looking to rip it together. I feel like 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1 is the best. There's one thing. Oh, it asked. Tell me what you like, what you're confused about in KSC, and I'll let you know. Why does the atmosphere feel like you're below it, but actually still in it? There's one thing about KSP. You've kind of confused me there. Why does the atmosphere feel like you're below it, but you're actually still in it? I don't know, I never really feel like I'm below the atmosphere until I get into the water. At that point, I feel like... Oh, above it, okay. All right, yeah, cool. That makes a little more sense. Makes a little more sense. Ah. I got carried away, and I didn't... Wait, I didn't line up. Oh, 3, 1, 2. All right, yeah, sorry. I just kind of passed my eyes over what was going on. Whew. Bit of a manic day today, guys. Bit of a manic day. And I tell you what, these loading screens are not good for those of manic dispositions, let me tell you. Okay, so we want to be here. We want to set that as target. I need to wait a bit, and then we're going to just make a quick save. And then if anything needs to happen again, I can just, like, load the quick save, right? That's probably the way to do it. I think that's probably very much the way to do it. Okay, let's bring ourselves round, looking like we're in the right direction. It would be better. I tell you one thing. I'll tell you what. I really wish there was a way to reorientate your craft while we're on the pad here. I mean, how good would it be if I just, like, grabbed and turned and then was pointed in that direction already? I think that would be incredibly useful. All right. 3, 1, 2, go. Okay, brilliant, nice. We're going this way. All right, we're at the right orientation this time. This should help, I think. It is wobbly though. What is with that wobble? I can only assume. I can see it. Can you see it? Is this joint right here? Okay, we can turn that off for a second and try and get ourselves back into controlled flight. Is that controlled flight? It feels like that's almost controlled flight right there. Oh, let's. Okay, something like I would really like to get rid of those solid boosters right now. If there's one thing I feel like is going to really mess me up, it's the solids. That wobble though. The thing is, we've used this craft before. We've used this craft many times before. I don't get it. I don't understand. Did I save it before putting the things on? This could be a thing that happened. The things, of course, being some struts here. Or did I, shock horror, use auto strut? That might also be a thing. How have I come outside of my game? How did that happen? What did you do there? Mysteries. Okay, here we go. I just want to put these down here. This will hold everything in place, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll hold everything in place. How did I get 7,000 views? A multiplayer glitch thing? I don't know. How did I? Do I have... That does happen. Every now and then, one video will just run away, and I have no idea why. If I ever knew why, then I knew. I don't know. Could you leak that bit? Anyway, let's go and have a look, shall we? This one. Just clicking at things in the background here to see what I've got. View count. Bam. 7,000 collaborative warfare. I do not find the thing. Was it a stream? Was it the one that I did with Zed? Yeah, I can't remember, and I can't even find it. All right, here we go. Are we ready? Am I in the right place? Am I even prepared for this? I don't think so. I don't think so. But when have I ever let that stop me? I'm going to set that as a target. We're going to spin round. We've done this 3 times now. We should be good at this, right? We should be good at this. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, bring this guy into alignment. All right, nice. I'm liking this. I'm loving this. And we are going southeast. So we're going towards this one over here. Are we even going to be able to not shake ourselves apart? I don't know. Kraken be damned. We are going for it. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. And throttle down. Not too much, but enough. Okay, I think that is a good... Yeah, a lot of my high views are definitely from when Kerbal was still a lot more popular than it is. Now, don't get me wrong, Kerbal is still the go-to space sim game, right? There are people on my course who are like, oh my god, have you ever heard of this game? And I'm like, ha ha ha, yeah, I may have. Yeah, that's fun. Man, this be turning. Not turning enough, though. As it is, we got to go very, very high. I'm looking for these guys down here, and the numbers are dropping. Okay, that's good. That's good. If we could get this to stay at 0, I would be very happy. Very, very happy indeed. I don't think that's going to happen. We are starting to get to about 1 kilometer per second here, so I think I'm just going to ease back and let those solids take us all the way up to orbit. Do you guys like the idea of that? I like the idea of that. Okay, it's wibbled. It's wobbled. What happened there was that we went to orbital mode. I'm gonna spin up. And I'm gonna be like 3, 2, 1. Is it the right stage? Wait, before we go ahead and just throw things away when we don't need to. Stage. Okay, we're good. We're fine. There have been days where I've thrown away the wrong tank before, so we're going to try and make sure that doesn't happen. I'm just going to stick us into orbit, add maneuver, and we'll see if we can do like some inclination changes and stuff like that when we get up there. Because whilst we're down low in our orbit, it's very expensive. We're going very fast sideways, and to try and lift up or down just a little bit, to try and counteract that very fast sideways is very difficult. Whereas if we're like up high in our orbit, we're not going quite so fast, so the amount of delta V we have to put in here, say, is a lot less than down below. Let's do that. Let's just try and get these things looking cool. Yeah, let's try and get some. Ooh, wait. Something like this, and then we'll tweak parameters from down here. We've now got 2 separate maneuvers to do, so that's cool. Are you planning to play KSP2? Oh, you know I am. I plan both to have a single player and a multiplayer with as many people as I could possibly get to join. I'm fairly sure, and I hope he doesn't mind if I speak for him here, that Landstrider will be involved a little bit. I also have heard... I mean, this was a little while ago, but Penguin was Beardy Penguin, of course, was up for doing a little something or other. I don't think he'll be a regular player though. He's got some pretty serious stuff to get on with himself, right? But of course, during all of this, my university degree will have to take precedence. I've kept on going for it. Yeah, I had a feeling. As I said, I didn't feel like you'd mind me saying for you, buddy. And you know, come along. I'll be giving as much science talk as I possibly can. By the time it comes out, I'll have more science information for you. That's the thing there. Yeah, It's great. All right, we seem to be looking in the right direction. We're less than a minute. Let's press this button. When we circularize, remind me to go look at the boosters. I want to watch them go. I don't think they've got any parachutes on them, but we can watch them burn up, right? I like watching it. Do you guys like watching them burn? I am under the assumption that most people like watching the same stuff that I like watching, right? But I also know I'm a bit of a weirdo. So if you don't like watching the same stuff that I like watching, you just let me know. Just let me know. You're planning to get yourself, hopefully get some of your buddies into it as well. Yeah. Down. I will almost definitely be running a once a week multiplayer session. You know, it might not be Tuesdays. In fact, today... I don't know. So, like, because I had labs today, and technically I shouldn't have finished until, like, an hour ago, I don't know. Do you do YouTube to have supporters or just for the money? But if I said I wasn't in it for the money, I would be lying. But at the same time, I'm not making that much money, you know. I honestly do it because I like playing games, right? I really 2, 1, go. I like playing computer games. I will be doing this anyway, right? So there's no point for me not to. But look, I've also practiced on how to talk whilst I'm doing stuff. But I have met this constant stream of amazing people whilst doing this. Like Landstrider is obviously one of the outstanding examples of this. But you know, Agonarch, Tape, Penguin. And of course, like the constant stream of viewers, like you guys, I don't want to get like too weird about it, but you guys feel like my friends, you know. We sit around, we chat, we talk about all sorts of random weird things. You talk back to me, like, oh, it's so good. So that's a thing. So yeah, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. You know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. How did this? Anybody else confused about this? Did I press the wrong button? Did I manage to press a button there? I hadn't noticed my throttle had turned off. I don't know what happened there. I honestly 100% I'm not sure what happened there. But that's fine. I'm allowed to be confused. You can I don't know, make fun of me for it. Okay, so this is good. We are going to put some more beans behind it, I think. Yeah, let's just push up a little bit further. Let's put this here. I've got 43 meters per second to go. Get a towel, I'm gushing on it. Well, yeah, you know, I've been doing it. The thing is, I've been doing this for a long time now, and the social benefits are outrageous. All right, if you can deal with not having many people watching, the people that do watch are inevitably great people. You know, that's you know, there are idiots out there. Some of them hang around, some of them disappear. But yeah. I don't want to get too gushy about it, but it's cool. It's cool. I am going to do it to couple. Ooh. Oh, look at the... Oh, man. Oh, the Kraken. Go, get out of there. Go, be gone with you. Be gone with you. I think the engine bell isn't real. I might be wrong, but I've got a feeling. Okay, so we want to come over to here. We're going to look at the track. Which one? These? Yeah, there we go. These ones. Switch to. Yeah, so like there's the thing with YouTube, and this is the same for any streaming or video service, right? To do well, you're not making videos, you're building communities. And it's even better when people like me and Landstrider can get together and join our communities together, right? If you're just there to to just make the video, like you'll do alright. Don't get me wrong, you will do alright. And if you're really lucky, you might become one of those hyper famous people that don't have to care about their community because it's just huge anyway, right? Yeah. I think basically I'm saying, yeah, just do it, man. Just go for it. Have a great time. Meet people. You got to be able to put yourself out there and meet people, right? Especially when it's just like yeah, like Landstrider made an offer, I had to be ready to say yes, right? Stuff like this. You can't do it if you're not ready to say yes. Which is a problem I have for the next couple of years. I want to point that out. Actually, I recognise that this is something that's going to hamper me. I'm setting in for some big YouTube losses because I can't do all the things I need to do to get a growing audience. Right? At best, I can have a stagnant audience, stagnated audience. Which is fine. Oh, look, 2 kilometers away. There they are. Let's target them so they kind of look at each other. So it doesn't unload. That's what I'm trying to say here. But I also feel that... Oh, look at that explosions go. I also feel like, especially with the sci-fi / science niche that I've got, that learning all this science stuff is going to help me a lot. We doing SpaceX style re-entry? I would have liked to have gone for a bit more of a nosedive, but we were just trying to explode stuff. And on that note, I would say I'd like to say mission accomplished. I think we did that. I'm just going to slam this into the water. I hope hard enough to crash it. I hope hard enough to break it. Because, I got stuff. When I mean I got stuff, there is debris around my planet. Like, there we go. Beautiful. Go to the map quick. Don't let... excuse me. Too much tea. Don't let it do this. We want to turn that off. Where's the engineer knows best? There's an engineer knows best. Yeah, no. As soon as that screen comes up, you're in trouble. It won't let you swap. Can I press escape and go to the tracking station? Thank you. If you're really quick, you can swap between craft just after a crash, and you can just get on with what you were getting on with. I'm not normally that quick. I'm a bit of a slow boy, really. There we go. An engineer knows best. I really feel like... I don't know. Engineers are one of these groups in the game. Engineers are this group of Kerbals that I feel like should be more OP than they actually are. It feels like the ability to be able to build anything, anywhere, whenever you want is a massive boon. Yeah, but actually, it's not. It's very very hard to use it properly. Open. Do I have any? Yeah, stashed fuel. Here we go. So this guy we're now going to try and bring home, because this is one of the problems that I've got in the game, is that I have this tendency to just kind of leave things stranded. Okay, that comes home. What about from here? That does not come home. What about how much fuel can I use? Okay, that's good enough. Oh, nearly get it to Boomerang. But that's all I want to do. So can we turn? Does this have the ability to turn? Not by the looks of it. Okay, I'm going to use the engine to turn. And then when we're facing the other direction, I'm just going to go. Need to try and just deorbit. There's no parachutes on this thing. Okay, well, that's the thing to bear in mind. There's no parachutes on this thing. That is definitely... maybe a thing that we need to put onto both the boosters and this. There we go. That's coming back home. Well, I mean, it's not coming home. It is going to stop, though. Oh, we're going to have a nighttime drop. Okay, that's kind of cool. This guy not making it up to where it needs to be for me to have to be like, oh, gosh, we need to make sure that we can take that over. So we're going to, once again, watch a little deorbit. Now, this guy, thankfully, should be a bit easier to like, tell where to go. If we're lucky, he'll turn around, and then I could just kind of, like, slam on the brakes at the last second. That would be very good. If that was a thing we could do, engine first, slow ourselves down, and hover slam with 316 meters per second in the tank. I got a feeling that ain't gonna work, but we'll see what we can do. Right, we'll see if that is a thing. Make sure that we've got nothing. Electric charge, liquid fuel. Yeah, there's no other stages. Yeah, there's no way of saving this other than what I have just described, and I'd give less than a 5% chance of that actually working. But we're going to see. We're going to see. The main reason I feel like it's not going to work is because of these fins. Time for you to sleep, 3:48. Oh, yeah, you probably should. Catch your stream when a uni holiday pops in. Cool, cool. Good luck for the rest of the stream. I will see you at the... What are you doing at uni? Just to have interest. Whenever I find people at uni, I'm just like, what are you doing? But yeah, catch you around. Oh, overheats. Well, we ain't saving this no more. Yeah, that was English there. We are gonna... the chat's like 3 seconds late when you read it. That's because it takes time for the... Oh, business and engineering. Good choice. That's actually a really good choice. That's a really good choice. Because the information has to get from you guys to YouTube to me. I read it. I then say stuff which has to go back to YouTube before it goes back out to you. So yeah, that's business and engineer is a strong choice. Anyway, laters. Good to see you again, buddy. Good to see you again. Hope you have a good time at uni and good everything. You know, I hope you have a good everything. But you just understood the explanation I gave you, right? So this is one of the things that I'm trying to impress upon the people in my course. I have many years of extra information inside my head. many years of extra information inside my head. So if it's not been told to you, why would you know, right? I'm wondering whether we can pull this up last second and try for a save. I don't think it's going to happen personally, but we can see what happens, right? I mean, 4 kilometers. Pull it hard. Let's see what happens here. I think I did it too early, actually. I mean, I thought these thins at the back were going to actually be my downfall. They might be the thing that saved, I don't know, the command probe at the top. It's not going to save much, I'll tell you that much. But we'll see what we can do. Would have been a lot easier with an engine. But I'll take it. I'm a little worried that I'm not moving forwards fast enough, so I'm kind of nose upping and nose downing. Nah. Boop. Oh, wait, map. Go. Ah, I didn't quite get it on tracking station. Yeah, I mean, I always... Yeah, so there's two types. Well, I mean, there's thousands of types of intelligence out there. Let's not just say there's two types of intelligence out there. But the two types of intelligence that I always like to refer to are the people that look at stuff and just instantly get the system as they see it, or there are people that understand the explanation as they receive it. Right? You know, these are two different types of things. And the people that generally understand a system when they look at it for a first time are too confident in themselves, right? When they come up against stuff that they don't, they're like, well, obviously the thing that I think is right. Yeah, I used to be one of these people. I feel like I'm allowed to badmouth younger me. Okay, here we go. This is it. This is the actual mission. This is where we're going to save these people's lives, or at least we're going to save my company a lot of money, and that's the important thing, right? Pull this up like that. Then let's go and see the other craft. Ooh, yeah. I mean, that's kind of good. 1.9. Do you reckon we can just leave it at that, and then... Oh. That is very good. And there we can meet up. Look at those two. I mean, it's going to take us a couple of orbits, but that's pretty good. That is very good. And as I say, we're still killing days, so that's good. That is very good. Most of the missions that I do around the Kerbin system are just while I wait for other things to happen. Now, I suppose technically wait, let's do this, extend those solar panels. I suppose technically I should just like go on to the next mission. But I like doing these extra things. I'm going to hit this button. We're going to move up through the timeline. We've been talking about this a lot actually recently. Could you imagine a Kerbal game without time warp? Could you even? I mean, I can actually imagine it. That's one of the best things. If you're wondering why I just turned my engine on all the way and back off again, I wanted to make sure that the numbers being decided here were actually based upon the atomic rocket here, as opposed to the other engine we were using a little while ago. Sometimes I found out that those sort of numbers carry across funny, and I don't like that happening. So doing this is definitely the way forward. 22 seconds to go until our burn time. Can I just speed up a little bit? 6.5 burn early because it is Kerbal. You know, I mean, look, that number's still counting down. Why? I just got applied to NASA if I had to play in real time. Yeah, totally. I mean, to be fair, I can't say that applying to NASA isn't on my list of future objectives, right? that is there. Though I'm probably going to end up doing like some weird research in some of the labs around my way. We got something back from my hometown, yo. You only have to move 30-40 miles away from where I come from to find something called the Diamond Light Source. It's basically a particle accelerator. They whiz a bunch of stuff around in circles and circles. And every time they push it sideways, there's a whole bunch of energy gets lost because obviously it's moving sideways, right? So it fires out a beam of neutrinos and some other muons and stuff like that. A whole bunch of stuff. But it's one of the brightest light sources in the UK, possibly in the world. I'm not sure exactly on that one. You'd have to go and look it up yourself. But that's probably where I'm going to end up, somewhere like that, doing like, how thick is the neutron shell around the lead atom? I'm not going to be doing it. Someone already just did that. But they're trying to figure out the... You guys know what neutron stars are? Should we talk about neutron stars? Because this is actually my seriously. This is the bit that I like. This is the death of stars. What's left after? So like a star like our sun, you might have heard that the star like our sun is a small star, right? It's 1 solar mass. Would you believe? But yeah, what is it? Something times 10 to the 27 kilograms. 27 zeros is a big number. That is some quantum rubbish. It really is. But so when the sun dies, or rather, do you know why suns die? So stars are just big gas clouds that are trying to fall in on themselves, right? All they want to do is become a black hole, right? They just want to crush down as small as they can. But then the fusion on the inside, all the light streaming back out of it, kind of stops that happening. It pushes back against gravity, if you will. So great, the hydrogen burns out. That helium core inside then gets compressed again, right? So the hydrogen stops burning. All the light that was going out stops. And things start falling again. It's literally drop a ball, things start falling again. And it's all trying to fall down towards the center of the sun. After a little while, helium starts up, that ignites, the hydrogen just outside of that ignites, blah, blah, blah. And we'll go through a few processes until you end up with, in our sun's case, carbon on the inside. Now, it's going to stop at carbon because it's not hot enough to squeeze those carbon atoms together. It's not heavy enough. There's not enough oomph to squeeze those carbon atoms down into anything smaller. And whilst it's doing that, a whole bunch of like pulses of light come off. It blows off the outer layers, and you end up just with this core of carbon in the middle. It's helium, it's carbon, there's all sorts of like fusion products in there, right? And that's a white dwarf. That thing right there. It's still glowing with the light of a sun, right? Because it was hot. It's still hot, you know, and it will carry on glowing like that for, I'm going to say trillions of years. I mean, so that particular number, go and look it up. I don't know off the top of my head, but I think it's trillions of years until it cools down and becomes a black dwarf. And it's just a lump of coal, right? Maybe a diamond. I'd have to look into what the crystal structure is. It's probably some weird carbon, put a number afterwards, and that's the crystal number. Bigger things, though, when that carbon gets left behind, it can carry on going. It crushes bigger and bigger and bigger atoms together until it gets all the way up to iron. The reason that it gets all the way up to iron is every time you smash two things together, I'm going to make this sound a little bit easier than it is because there's lots of steps in between, but every time you smash two things together, so two hydrogens, push two hydrogens together, get a helium out the end, and the helium doesn't weigh as much as those two hydrogens did, and poof, get yourself a bit of light out of that. E equals mc squared. That's where the energy comes from. The helium does not weigh as much as the hydrogen did. Just make sure I'm pointed in the right direction here. That's good enough for me. Yeah, that is good enough for me. Now, when it's got to iron, one of several things can happen. If it's really big, it's going to explode. You heard of supernovas? Boom! There you go. So everything crashes in on itself really hard. It bounces back. More light than an entire galaxy can produce is thrown out in a second. You know, ridiculous things happen when that happens. But in between the black hole and the white dwarf, there's this thing called the neutron star. It's to me the most interesting state of matter. So if you get heavier than a neutron star, like I say, you get a black hole, and that's just a hole in space-time. Right? You can't even say there's any matter left in there because you can't see it, you can't interact with it, it can't interact with you. It essentially doesn't exist in the universe anymore, right? And that seems a little boring, if you ask me. You're like, yeah, cool, you've got the most twisted, unimaginably stressed bit of space-time you can possibly get. But let's be honest, the vacuum's not the interesting bit. I mean, it kind of is. Why is it here? What's it doing? Why isn't it zero? So yeah, I really like this last state of matter. Neutron stars. They're literally inside of atoms. You've got protons and neutrons. They're made out of the neutrons because they pushed all the electrons into the protons, and you got that. Normally you can't do that. Normally it's the other way. There's this thing called beta decay. It's beta radiation. I'm sure you've heard of it. If you've not, alpha, beta, gamma radiation. It's the whole radioactive thing. But beta radiation is where a neutron just goes, send right, and breaks up into a proton and fires out an electron. And there's also some neutrinos and, yeah, it's the stuff anyway. And that's the way around it goes. But in a neutron star, or rather in the formation of a neutron star, it goes the other way. The gravity's like, hey, this electron, get it back in there. That's not quite, but that's good enough. I like that. I'm going to go with it. And then, like, on the inside of that, like, so you're going to have, like, this crust of what's called neutronium around the outside. It's actually a crust of white dwarf, and inside you've got the neutronium, but that crust is, like, a millimeter thick, right? Yeah, it's... If you were stood on the surface of a neutron star, one, you'd be blasted into non-existence, but two, you would be smeared an atom thick all over that thing, because if anything stood up if any of your atoms stood up higher than another one, the force of gravity would pull it down. Wow, smeared an atom thick. I love that. I don't love that. That's terrible, but you know. So yeah, so you got like the carbon and iron stuff around the outside, got neutronium on the inside, and then inside that's where it gets really weird, right? That's where the real... It's actually called strange matter. It's not known whether that stuff exists or not, but like you start squishing quarks together, the things that make up protons and neutrons, and yeah. Anyway, that's what I want to study. Sorry, went on a real long tangent there. I hope you guys appreciated it. R. Cudson How are you doing? I love NASA and science, so I married a science teacher. Great idea. Your brain has short-term memory issues to get my Kerbals with the planet into space. That's great. That's great. Wonder if there's life forms that exist at 1 atom thick. There are people that have postulated such things. I find it a little like not sure. 'Cause, like, have you heard of flatland? It's basically it's a physicist trying to explain the 4-dimensional space by bringing us down to 2 dimensions and thinking how a 2-dimensional creature would see the 3rd dimension, so that we can start thinking about what the 4th dimension looks like. But like, how would a flatlander eat? You know, like if it puts some food or something. Like, its gut would cut it in half, is what I'm trying to say here. Like, there are problems, Even bacteria, like, there isn't a 2D bacteria. Bacteria are these wonderfully complex things. The way I always, the way I was told to think about it, and I 100% agree, is to think about each individual bacterium as its own little city. There's all sorts of stuff going on in there. Let's walk around this way, shall we? Yeah, science teacher would definitely be like one of my top jobs to be done. In next year, in the 3rd year, 6th semester, there is a science communication module, and I really want to take that. But I'm a little bit worried that, so it's an optional module, but because I'm doing specifically astrophysics, not physics, there's some question about whether I'm going to be able to take it or not. They have to make sure that things can line up and stuff. Because I don't know about you guys. Exactly, Twitch and I, the science guy. Don't you think I'd make a great? I mean, obviously, I would need to like think about scripts and not just come up and spew random stuff until I get to the point I'm trying to make. But I think I'd be a pretty good science communicator. I definitely have a unique look that will resonate with people and at least get people to remember who I am. Which is half the battle, right? It's half the battle. Then you start explaining stuff too, though. I slowed down far too much there. I didn't mean to do that. Got a nice meeting a little bit further up. All right, great. Let's warp. You know what? That felt like too far. Sometimes I feel like the little triangles lie to me. I'm definitely moving away, but it says this is the closest encounter point here. And I'm like, no, that's not the closest encounter point. How dare they? How dare they? Because it's not like I'm short of enthusiasm, right? I definitely want to. So I've said this before. I'll say it again. I will reiterate my position on this. NASA do a wonderful job at communication. Yeah, when it comes to letting not just the American public but the world public to know what NASA are doing. Like, I think all of us know what the rovers are called. Those of us who are interested will know other missions as well, like stuff like that. The European Space Agency, they're not so good at that, right? They're not so great at letting people know. And I feel almost duty bound, to make that a thing. Let's get these guys. Let's get what they're doing more into the front and center. Kids get into science and excite them into becoming scientists and teachers. I wish schools will take science seriously into a main requirement for all ages. Oh, thankfully, in my area, in the UK, science is a very important thing. I'm not sure what the new Prime Minister is going to be doing about it. But, yeah, we as a country pride ourselves on being... Like, we might not have our own rocket at the moment. We might not have... I don't know whether we got nukes at the moment, to be honest. But we do have the smarts to be able to make them. At any point, our industrial complex can turn to whatever it needs to, right? So we like to have that, even though we don't necessarily need it, right? Especially for an island of, 70 million people, something like that. Maybe more, maybe less. I don't know at the moment. Yeah. I mean, UK's punched above its weight for a long time, right? I recognise that. It's not so much in the United States unless it gives schools money through tax. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. This is one of the things. So, obviously, being a mature student, I have talked a lot to my professors. Professors, lab technicians, people at my age. And... people chat and just chat, right? And definitely some of the professors have probably let slip things that they shouldn't have. And hearing the squabble for funding and how things were, it kind of makes me a little bit sad, Kind of makes me a little bit sad. It's like, why aren't these guys who are obviously good at what they do? And some of the professors I've had are remarkable teachers. Especially the first year, it's almost like they set us up for it. There were some unbelievably good professors. There were a few that were a bit like, yeah, I'm not sure about that. But if their research didn't bring money to the uni, like some of these people that I thought were some of the best professors weren't sure whether they were going to be here next year or not. And that really shocked me. That really shocked me. When they explained it to me, all right, I get it from the uni's point of view, but thankfully, a few of the really good ones, like I'm talking the really good ones, the reason they were very good is because their research was actually into how to educate, right? It's like there's one of the courses that we're taking this year, one of the modules, sorry, that we're taking this year. It's called Synoptic Physics. I just want to hasten to add, what I'm about to say now has nothing to do with the conversation that I was just talking about. This next person I'm about to talk about very obviously is coming back next year and stuff like that. So synoptic physics, and we were all like, what is synoptic physics? What is this? And because I'm the person that I am, I just looked it up in line, right? It turns out that's a valuable skill that not many people partake in. But let me tell you, if you've learned how to use Google, you are halfway to a research job. What is going on here? Can we just stop, please? Kraken has happened somehow. You guys see the Kraken drive going on? I need to get my Kerbal back inside, please. Board, thank you. Stop. Stop. This mission is not ready yet. Sorry, we used to... no, I'm going to have to explain that. So, what was it? Holsten Pill... Carlsberg. I don't know what brand of lager it was, but it was a Dutch brand anyway. And they were very proud on the fact that they let their lagers age. Was it lagers? Was it beers? Was it? I don't know what it was. But yeah, they did a series of like adverts showing how ridiculous it was to pull stuff out early, for all sorts of things. But just the tagline, stop, it's not ready yet. I don't think it's the trims. If it was trims, it'd be happening to me now. I think what it is, you see this, let's aim my camera at it. You see this thruster right here? This one right here? I think when my Kerbal gets out, their head interacts. So we'll drift a little closer. Just a little closer. Can I? Yeah, I can actually do it this way. That's good. And when we drift close enough, I'll try it again, but this time I will let go almost immediately. Or pull down. Amazing, yeah. So I was having this conversation with a friend of mine. He's not much older than me, but older enough than me. And older enough, you heard me. And he was saying that ignorance nowadays is a choice. Like, it's weird how any question you have, any question, can be answered by an authoritative figure, someone who knows on the internet. I mean, like, Wikipedia is not the best example, but Wikipedia is watched by a lot of absolute experts in their field, right? It's not It's not the free-for-all that it used to be. Can I just... No, not that one. This one. Just going to stick that there for now. Okay, we're going to move the whole shebang closer and see what we can do. I don't like this particular crack and drive. I've got to be honest. I prefer ones that I can control. Okay, let's come around here. So there used to be ladder drive. You could climb your Kerbal to the top of a ladder and keep walking, and that would do all sorts of crazy fun times. I'm not sure if that's still a thing. If you like walk them up into a decoupler or something. Can I just change my camera mode here? All right, thanks. This helps a lot. Look at this. You just fly in the direction you want to fly now. People used to give locked camera mode a very bad name. Very bad name. I have learned that in the right place it is indispensable. I think I want to drift a little closer here. Now, of course, on the internet nowadays, we do have a problem of misinformation, people just saying what they believe rather than what they've learned, stuff like that. Can you just hold still? In fact, I've done that. I want to turn around. So my plan, if you guys hadn't guessed, sorry, I probably should have explained this. So this crabbing crane here, we're going to stick it on the front, and then it can go over to the asteroid that we're supposed to connect to. Yes, and connect up and have a good time. We then got to figure out how this guy's making it home. I forgot to put drogue chutes in the pack, so yeah, if I remember correctly, this blew up last time we tried, but we can make things work. We can definitely make things work. I might even drop this. Yeah. We're gonna drop this. We'll figure out how to take it home later. But for now, I need to swap back. I need to get my friend paws out. I'm just gonna let go. No. Hit the wrong button. Went back inside. Lol. Just gonna let go. All right, there we go. All right, bye spacecraft. Let's swap over to that spacecraft and be like, hey, no. If you could stop drifting towards the thing that's going to explode you, thank you. Okay, I now need to try and bring myself into a stop compared to this. I hate when the camera doesn't match up and I don't know how to fix that particular problem. If anybody else knows why, I've been trying to figure it out for literal years. Okay, let's do this. We grab that, we grab this one, and we stick it on the front. Okay, job done. That's all we needed to do, right? Now we can go connect this to an asteroid. And we'll figure out all the other problems as they arise. So for those of you who are new, hello, how are you doing? So last time I was supposed to do this mission, bring 3 tourists to an asteroid. I was also planning to slam some kinetic impactors, but I didn't put any decouplers on there. That was bad. And I was like, it's all right, I'll just make do and go visit the asteroid anyway. But it turns out I needed to attach myself to the... Why is that saying yes again? Here we go. This is the glitch I was seeing earlier. I could just stay here. I'm not going to do that because that's outright cheating. I'll find out what's wrong here. In fact, I do know what's wrong. Module Manager, well, not so much Module Manager, but the custom contracts. A lot of them are board. A lot of them are super out of date. Super out of date. And all they've done is go through and update the number, not actually update the code, if you see what I was saying. So I need to start putting in some bug reports and stuff like that. Anyway, I want to join one of these asteroids. Which one's closest do you think? Pet Rock, set as target. Can we? No, it doesn't look like very easily. Set as target. That also doesn't look like it's very easy to me. No, why did I hit switch 2? Why did I hit switch 2? Oh, it's got warm in here, guys. I have to say, I do declare, it's got very warm in here. Everyone say hello to the space potato. Hello, space potato. We're coming to meet you. We're coming to meet you. If we just right-click on this and go set as target, is there a good? I think it's probably the easiest to try and reach. Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna go attach. We might need to send another mission like this back at some point. I'm also not sure that this has got enough parachutes on it to bring it back. This was designed for a full moon mission. Oh, look, here's a bunch of parachutes. All right, we're fine. Don't worry about it. We are fine. I guess this one. I guess just this one. If I go add maneuver, could you please not be in the very way of where I need to be looking? If we pull this down, oh no, that's going up. That's fine. That's 100 meters per second. It's going to be about the same to be able to meet up with it. 200 meters per second. So it's going to cost us 300 meters per second. We're going to have 600 left. This should be fine. This should be fine. I'm going to do something that I really don't want to do, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to right-click on this decoupler. We go, bye-bye. The reason that I didn't want to do that is because I've now got this piece of space junk that I've got to deal with. But as problems go, it's not actually my biggest one. So we'll be happy with that for now. If you could be so kind... this time included with a grabbing unit. We're just going to deal with the tourists. We're going to try and not kill my tourists. And then we'll figure out how to get the asteroids to actually touch each other. Okay, so if that's what we need to do, let me set and we're going to create our first alarm. Maneuver. Roid meet. Boop, nice. And then we're going to go back to an engineer goes best. Yeah, and then we're just going to deorbit. Just going to deorbit. Maybe there's a bunch of stuff I could go around and do with this guy, but his whole purpose has been achieved. Can I land? I don't know. If I was down here somewhere, yeah, I almost definitely could land there. The KSC. Do you see the KSC there? Sorry, I should have said that. Look at this collection of little flags here. That is where I took off from. And the closer that I am to landing there, the more money I get back from my craft. As you can see, it's not great though. If anything, I'd say I am half a planet away. Oh no, not quite half a planet away. It's still pretty bad though. It's still pretty bad, and there's not really any way of getting any closer. So I will just take that. I think I'll just take that. It's quarter of a planet. Yeah, about a quarter of a planet. Is this less than out there? 37 minutes. We'll do. Oh man, am I going to be trying to land? I am. I'm totally going to be trying to land when we need to do that maneuver. I think that's fine. It's not, but we'll live. Maybe. I'm going to be over the moon if we actually manage to do the tourist mission. To say I'm doubtful is a little strong. I do feel like I can do it. I wouldn't be partaking in this particular mission if I didn't. Let's see if I can do something a little different and maybe end up where I want to end up. Oh, I mean, nearly. Not that way, this way. Oh. That Does that maneuver look good to you guys? Let's focus on Kerbin. Oh no, we're 6 seconds behind. Go, 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 go. Okay, now we're 13 seconds ahead. Why did it do that? I don't know. I'll take it though. I will take it. So, taking bets now? We gotta be able to land this one? I sure do hope so. Yeah, I don't see why this shouldn't work. We're coming down at the right angle, at the right place. I'm just a little bit worried that it's going to get a little toasty. But we're not that type of mission. This is a very capable craft. It can definitely slow itself down whilst it's in orbit. There's Jewel. We really need to start exploring Jewel. Once we've done all of this lot, we'll definitely send a mission out to Jewel. Shall we have a look whilst we're here? Oh no, planetary transfer, Kerbin, Jewel. Year 11 in 1 year and 15 days. Let's just put that on there. There it is. And I'll know then. The thing is, that lies. We all know that lies. If I come down to here and go, yeah, it's not quite what I want, but it's good. Look, 5 days it says here. Oh, time till burn. Yeah, 5 days. Shh. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. Am I going to drop these? I'm not going to drop these. These are going to come back with me. Even if they run out of fuel, I'm just going to carry on bringing them back because it's just unneeded junk in space. For those of you who are not so aware, I got a lot of junk in space. There's so much junk in space. Like, oh my god. So, look at it all. So if we could just avoid putting more junk in space, that'd be great. I should, at some point, just go around and collect it all up. Maybe that's a weekend stream for us at some point. This is a long burn. I wasn't quite prepared for how many seconds this was going to take. I should have, because look, it tells you here how long it's going to take. But woo. If I now just kind of cancel that. Does that look like it's going well to you guys? I mean, it looks like it could. Let me try and just kind of tweak this around a little bit. This might be the 6 second problem, right? Yeah. I mean, that's still pretty good. Let's kind of bring this around. Where do I enter the atmosphere? Somewhere over here. I do not want to be trying to fly through the atmosphere. Bad things happen when you try and do that. But I should be able... I'm going to use this graphical interface down here because, man, it gets a little ugly else. I mean, I'll take that. That looks good. Do you think that looks good? I mean, it looks good enough. It is fairly distant. Do that and then this. Does it? Yeah, it just kind of brings it back to the same spot, right? Oh, that's... I mean, that's closer. Let's try that. What could go wrong with this one? 16 minutes, eh? I want to hit that button. And I want to hit this button. All right, away we go. Looking at the 18 minutes there. We're probably going to have to do this again at some point. This particular one. I might even just cancel that alarm. Okay, yeah, let's cancel that alarm. I know what I got to do next, so we'll figure it out. I can't see. There it is. There's Kerbin. I was like, where's Kerbin? Why can I not see the planet that I'm trying to slash into? Call the trash truck. It's coming. It's coming. Watch this again. I mean, Yes. Is this doing what I think it's going to do? Like 26 kilometers. I think I'm going to actually burn up. Not burn up, but I'm going to stop before it reckons. I reckon I do. Let's just try and lift that up a little bit. I mean, that's still incredibly deep. Oh, yeah, though. This is looking pretty good. Oh, that's looking too much. But honestly, I feel like that's fine. If we hit retrograde, we could just slow ourselves down if we end up going too far. I don't think we're going to go too far. If anything... I'm going to quick save it. If all else fails, we could just burn ragely up and slow ourselves down from the reload. All right, here we go. I love this bit. I don't know, when the level of detail is down at a certain level, look at this. It kind of looks almost cel-shaded / cartoony. I love it. I think it looks great. Let's close this, by the way. It's in my face. It's too much. There's Jewel. There's Elu. What was this? Indigo Voyage Debris. Okay. Let's, all right. I don't know. I feel like we're going to be okay. I feel like we're going to be okay. Do we have enough electric to see us through? We do. We have more than enough electric to see us through. If it becomes too difficult, let's go surface here. I can press the RCS, and that will keep us in the correct orientation as well. But I think for now, we're just going to watch the heat, the plasma, the rolling, broilingness that is... Oh, I mean, just look at this. Just look at this. I wonder... Now, obviously, this isn't real life. would you believe this isn't real life? But I do wonder whether this color is anything like the color that actually comes off of entering spacecraft. I have no idea the physics of why this glows. I assume it is almost a black body radiation where it's just got so hot that it is glowing. Though I don't know whether that comes with spectralness. Do you guys know about spectral lines? I've been talking about them a lot recently, so I kind of hope you do. But when you burn variety of different metals, let's say, if you threw some metal powder into a fire, they spark in different colors. You can see this in fireworks. They explode with different colors because there's different metals in there. Burning at different colours. This is all to do with the electrons around the outside, right? You give the electrons some energy, they jump up to what's called a higher energy level, and then they fall back down, and the amount they fall back down says what colour light comes out. It's nice and easy. You could imagine shelves or ladders with different size rungs on them if you want, and if you take a step down of a certain amount, you send a certain colour out. And I wonder whether this is the same thing here. I don't know. This is a question that I've been meaning to ask my like serious physics professors. You know, do things that glow red hot come with like element information? That's what I'm thinking here. And the thing is, it's not just element information. It's like molecular information, because when atoms make bonds to make a molecule, they actually share. It's not sharing electrons. They just kind of fuzz over each other. But the easy way to think about it is sharing electrons. And this changes the energy gaps that are available, right? The different levels that things can go to. You can think about it like there's a different amount of positivity in the proton, so the electron can go a different distance. Ooh, what was that? What was that? I don't know. I actually don't know. What's exploding on my craft? Help! It's got to be the RCS, right? It's got to be the RCS. Yeah, did that explode with a car? Yeah, so I want to know whether things that glow red hot. F3, boom, let's see. Yeah, it was the RCS. It was the RCS. We had only got to 175. Okay, that's nice because most things here can survive to like 2,000. I don't know if this can tell us anywhere. No, it turns out it does not. Inside the VAB. Where was it? Science craft debris, nice. Inside the VAB, if you right click on the items, it tells you the temperature tolerance. I mean, we're on our way back up. Is anybody else aware that we're on our way back up? Let's have a look at this orbit. Where's my apoapsis right now? Here it is, over here. Look at this. All right, yeah. I mean, like periapsis is behind, apoapsis is in front. Apoapsis, yeah, okay. Because around Earth, this is called apogee, and that's perigee. And around the sun, the real sun, Helios, it's apohelion and perihelion. The apohelion sounds weird to me. Like, sounds really weird to me. But that's what it is. Like around Jupiter, it's perijove and apojove. It's the Jovian system, right? And no, I don't know why they give it different names for different places. Why can't we just have the standard apsis, right? This is quite. Hang on, that. Hey, look at that. That's a shot. I like that. Quick, one of those. I call this one the home voyage. Aphelion sounds like some kind of crazy hill people, yeah. We are the peoples of Aphelion. You will listen to the proclamations of our king, else you will be eaten alive. Yeah, something like that, right? Am I actually going to slow down in time? I don't know if I am. I'm going to start turning my engine on at this point. I said I could, so I'm going to. I don't think I'm slowing down far enough. To be honest, just as close as possible is all I'm after, right? Is just as close as possible. I don't really care how close, as long as it's pretty close. I mean, it's still going to end up middle of the ocean, right? Okay, I actually thought I was going to undershoot. Turns out I'm overshooting. Crazy times. But here we are. The problem is that, like, so this is part of the trajectories mod, and it just takes a best guess, right? It has not. Well, I suppose it could figure out what my drag is, but it doesn't know whether I'm going in this way or whether I'm going like face first, whether I'm using the pointy end. So it just makes the best guess it can. Like having worked with friction. Like, oh yeah, I can totally tell. Look, we got some debris over there. We'll have to try and do that. Well, I can definitely tell why this is not perfectly programmed in or simulated. I'm kind of surprised it does as well as it does, to be fair. But I think we've very nearly got a mission success here. I mean, 2 mission successes. This has definitely taken longer to land than I thought. We've definitely burnt through. Oh, no. We've not definitely burnt through that. Why am I still so fast but so slow? I'm trying to level off here because I'm worried that at the angle I was going, I was just going to carry on all the way down to the surface. It turns out I should have tried that a little bit earlier. But I'll take it. Pop the parachutes if you will. Did the parachutes survive? The parachutes did survive. Okay, that's good. I mean, that could have been one of the problems there. Could you imagine? All right, 10k up. Still going pretty fast. I don't know where I want to... Do I want to try and, like, steer myself up? I feel like ooh. I feel like yes. Okay, I mean, this is interesting. I'm sure Paws is having a great time. All right, there we go, great. Parachutes are ready to go. I feel like I want this top one to pop much higher. Do we have a 9? No, we can go to 5. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're speeding up again, but I do have engine thrust, so that's not the problem. In fact, I'm gonna try and do this again. Lol. So I'm basically just using my body as a big old aero drag situation, right? Or we could end up in a big problem. Let's try and not let the big problem happen. So the big problem was the fact that I was becoming very streamlined. And streamlined is very bad when you're trying not to nosedive into an ocean. Nosediving to an ocean seems to be one of my favourite ways to kill Kerbals right now. Why did this not pop? Because I had not deployed the ship. I thought I pressed the button. I really thought I'd pressed that button. Okay, we managed to turn around without exploding. Gonna turn that overlay off. And down we go. Alright, cool. Woo. Don't pop the chutes, only deploy them. I mean, I wanted that top one to pop. No, I said, to be honest, I wanted that top one to pop a little bit earlier than it did. But yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Did you guys know about this spread angle? It's one of those things that nobody ever plays with. Let me come out here. You see here? Whoop. I should definitely turn these ones up so that they don't interfere with my main chute. I mean, not that it will. But wouldn't it be cool if it did, right? Wouldn't it be cool if it did? I'm always in two minds about super realistic Kerbal Space Program, right? Because, like, one, it's a game. I don't want to have to worry about that type of stuff. I just want to be able to throw some explodey bits together and get my green little frog person where I want them to go, right? But at the same time, oh yeah, I do like the idea of putting that real serious work into a mission. But I wouldn't want to do that all the time. That would definitely be like, I would say that would be what I'd do with that multiplayer that we're talking about. But no, we don't want multiplayer to be ultra realistic. Not a chance. I feel like we're doing good here, though. I feel like we're gonna make sure that this is a fine. I would like to get that little bit of debris back as well. 100 kilometers away. Can't even see the KSC now. How far out do I have to be before I even see the landmass? Ooh, it's a long way. It's a long way. Recover that. No, I said recover that. Recover. Recover. I used to get my Kerbals out, have a little bit of a swim around, be like, isn't this great? I should probably do that next time. I'd probably do that next time. Okay, now we need to go see how late we are for our asteroid capture. Because that happened to be at the same time. Maybe next week we'll just have a nice little mission where we like build a boat and take our guys out to enjoy the water or something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. Man, we lost 60 grand doing that. But I'm hoping that this mission is worth $1 million. That's why I'm like, let's go get it done. Down the bottom here, there's the dart. Or the DR. The planets spin. Did you know? Something I found out today. I'm like, why? So, there's this plane going through the solar system where if you take the average orbits of everything, this gives you like what's called the ecliptic, right? It's basically 0 degrees as the solar system is concerned, right? But the sun doesn't rotate in that. It rotates 7 degrees off from that. And I can't help but think surely the rotation of the sun should be dictated by the average rotation of the entire solar system. Like the sun is the solar system. Let's see what happens if I just 15 minutes late make a little burn here. Which one was the mission which one was the route we were even headed towards? This one, right? You know what, let's figure out where we're going first. Must be this one. Oh, we kind of can, right? Look at this. And keep going a little bit more. Whoop. I mean, this has got much more expensive than last time. This is what 15 minutes will cost you. But I feel like that's pretty sound. And look, 1 orbit later, it's over there. Yeah, let's do this. 56 seconds to go. Have I got them? Yeah, I've got the fuel. We can do this. We can do this. 40 seconds to go. What do you reckon? It's a 28-second burn. How early should I start my burn? I'm not entirely certain. Are these guys got... Oh, of course. We are just like pulling some ore around because we were going to have extra... Hello, that's the tank I dropped earlier because we were needing extra mass for the impact, but it didn't happen. So let's not do that. Okay, 22 seconds to go. It always seems to be one of the times that I look down and be like, oh yeah, 22 seconds, nice. Okay, we've got now 6, 5, 4, 3 and go. I'm gonna go with 3 and go because these seconds are still counting down. Turns out I should have gone maybe. I'm going to go with 5 and go. You see, we're only about a quarter of the way through there. Maybe 6 and go. So in Astrolab today, I had reason to try and measure my pupil, in my eyeball, as opposed to the pupil in my elbow. Now, let me just ask you, how would you go about measuring the size of your pupil? Because I think that is probably the most interesting part of what I had to do today, was being like, And I would like to know how you guys would go about doing it. Let's walk around this way. We're quite a ways out, but this is good. This is good. Once I've got some ideas from you, I will come back and say, what is this? Does this guy have a relay on it? And that's the word I was looking for. Sorry, I couldn't find relay in my head for some reason. I was like, Optometrist off that. Oh yeah, okay. That's smart. That's smart. Unfortunately, I didn't have access to that. So what I did, I'll ask you the next question after this. So I held up a ruler to my eye and took a picture. So I was worried that if I was using a mirror or something, if I look one side of my eyeball and then look the other, my eye would have moved, right? That's just kind of how things are. So yeah, I held up a ruler as close to my eye as I dared, did my best to make it as central to my eye as I dared, and took a picture. Now the question that they asked me afterwards is how accurate. I mean, putting numbers to it, how accurate do you think that was? You know, I measured my pupil to be 4 millimeters across. Yeah, I don't know what that is. 4 millimeters in inches. It's like 0.16, a 16th of an inch. No, yeah, no, I don't know. Anyway, 0.16 doesn't make a. Yeah. So anyway, I said, I'm probably at least a millimeter out, right? Because like if I was holding a ruler right next to a thing, if I could make sure that everything else wasn't a factor, you say that the instrument error is half its smallest reading. So for a set of scales that goes to 1/10 of a gram, you say, well, it's 5/100ths of a gram. Yeah. If it's a ruler with 1 millimeter, you go, well, I can only be exact to within 0.5 millimeter. I was like, no, I'm blatantly. Well, I went for plus or minus 25%. A quarter wrong seems about right, you know. Or 1/4 wrong, I suppose, is the way to do it. 1 millimeter in 4, right? Is what I went with. But like, how do you even quantify that? That's basically my life for the next 3 or 4 years, is trying to figure out how to quantify these things that I'm like, well, it's obviously not right. It's obviously not perfect, but how not perfect? Because nothing's ever perfect, right? It doesn't matter. The only thing that is perfect are things like, you know, the stated measure of the kilogram. That's the only thing that's perfect, you know. Because we've defined it to be something or other. You know, I cannot weigh anything to a precision of a couple of atoms, right? You know, that just doesn't work. So how do you quantify that? And that's actually really tough. I don't know. Try to figure it out. I haven't got a clue. And they're just like, oh, you know, you just have to try and make it make sense. I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Okay, I want to bring that and these together, and that should be pretty close. Oh, look at it all come together. That is pretty accurate. Pretty accurate there. Yeah, we had also. So what we were trying to do was, I may have already said this. I'll say it again. We had 2 black lines on the wall, 1 millimeter apart, and we walked backwards until covering up one eye. Those 2 black lines looked like one, or at least you couldn't see the white line in between them. Subtle difference. And then measured the distance to the wall. Let me tell you, when you're more than 5 meters away and all you've got is a 5 meter tape measure, that gets difficult. more error. Oh, look at this. Class 1A. I didn't know you were a thing. I can't swap over to you, but what are you doing there? I'm gonna go look. Oh. Not you. Not you. Not you. Where is this one? Yeah. Switch 2. Let's go have a look. Oh, on a construction site, whatever. Throw some bricks down, right? That's not true. That's not true at all. But like most of the lines are already down. But so brickies, any construction worker, as far as I'm aware, I might be wrong here. My ignorance is prestigious and well known. Look at this guy. Wow. What are you doing here? Everyone remember this is here. I don't know. Anyway, don't need to measure to that accuracy is what I'm trying to say. Switch to for starter, like do you spray paint to mark the lines down anymore? Use a snap wire? I don't know. Anyway, however you're marking your line down, like the width of that line is not something you need to worry about, right? Width of a cut though, very different. Man, does mortar... I know, we build with bricks a lot around here, right? We build with a lot of bricks around here. No, we are not landing anymore. We did the landing. We're now going to try and earn ourselves $1 million. Million roots. I think it's 1 million roots. By... We've had a glitch again, haven't we? I'm not doing it until we get closer. Look at this. It says I've done it. I've not done it. The next thing I need to do is make sure that this clips onto it. Man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Well, all right, fine. We're just gonna do it like this. No problem. I can live with this. Warp here. Let's try it. Let's try it. Yeah, so that was going to be my next question, Landstrike. Like, mortar gives you some tolerance, right? You know, you put two bricks together, you can squidge a bit. Not there. There we go. Hello. But I know American building codes are very different from English building codes. Yeah. We use different materials because of what we have available to us, right? 7, 6, 5. Okay, that's good. Good stop there. Good stop there. Yeah, that way. Okay, I think we're good. I think this. I'm just gonna touch the asteroid, and then we'll bring them home. Because I'd feel like I was cheating if I didn't. You know, I'd really feel like I was cheating. Now the surveyor's job beforehand. Now that's where the actual serious work happens, right? There. Do I want to do this slowly? Do I just want to creep up on it? Let's just go. We'll do it at 20 meters per second. I feel like is going to be a good speed to approach an asteroid at time acceleration. I used to do this real time. Like no. Oh, I should have turned around though. I should have turned around. Well, hello crew. We have got you to the asteroid. We might end up passing them off to a different craft for the return. Because this is heavy. Do you reckon we could just smash these off the front? I feel like we can just smash these off the front. It will take a lot of saving and some precision acceleration at a rock. We'll figure out which way this rock needs to fly. And then I'll try and crash into it a couple of times to get rid of these bits. Because then I'll be lighter for faster deceleration in the atmosphere. Which is one of my big fears at the moment. Is not being able to slow down enough when we are in the atmosphere. How far do I want to bring this down? Do I actually want to go 0? I think I do. Can we? Do I care about the center of mass? I'm not really doing anything other than just kind of lining up and going. Now, this always goes wrong, so I'm going to make an F5. We know that there is not a way that this is just going to attach first time perfectly, right? But I'm going to try anyway. And we'll just see what happens. Could this get out my face, please? Thank you. Yeah, we're just gonna go for it. Aim camera here. Great, that's nice. 3.5. I don't know, 4.5 meters per second. Does this sound good to you guys? Actually, don't know. I've tried this so often. I feel like I want to turn. Oh, not like that. F9. We're just gonna figure it out. But too many times where that just... I don't even know what makes it... How to get the claw attached. There's a KSP. It's not called the claw. What's it called? We call it the claw, but it's not. Advanced grabbing unit, of course. Of course. I want to know whether there's anything in the wiki that will tell me how to do it properly. No. No, it just says to do what I'm doing. Alright, fine. I guess we'll just carry on like we are. I mean, what else are we going to do? Let's try this time. Something like... Oh, that's too far. Too far. Locked. There we go. Like, does that look like a good aim? No, it looks like I'm looking too high. Let's try that there. Go 5 meters per second. That's something like that. I don't know what is like bouncing off speed versus just sinking into its speed. Like what was the difference there? What was the difference there? All right, so technically we now stop. We wait 15 minutes, and oh look, we got a green tick. All right, that's what we should have done. All right, yay, we did the mission. It gave us the money. Okay, it's not giving us the money. We got to get these guys home. That's the important thing here. We've got to get these guys home. So we're gonna try and stop the spin, and I'm gonna release. That's target center of mass. Okay, this is still good. This is still good. I'm moving just a little bit in a weird direction here, so I'm going to try and use this to bring them into line with each other. And now we're going to try and start blowing stuff up. Disarm. I'm going to make another quick save. Okay, my aim here... Am I going to push this forwards or backwards? I have no idea. Orbit forwards. Okay, great. That's good. My aim here is just to try and smash some of this stuff off the front. I don't think it's going to go so well. I made a quick save. Let's go. I mean, that's pretty perfect. That was pretty perfect, actually. It's a lot of debris. Might be one of the first times I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna smash this up, and because we need to slow down faster than we've been slowing down. The couple of times I tried to bring these guys back home, they dived so far into the atmosphere and was going so quick that they just exploded. And the main reason for that is these ore tanks are very, very heavy. Am I just going to leave it at that? I might just leave it at that. All right. Orbit. We're going to turn around. No RCS. Nice. Cool. And we're just going to try and bring these guys home. Quick save. I don't think I'm even going to try anything fancy. We're just going to try and bring them home. Again, taking bets on whether you think I'm going to survive or not. I definitely don't feel like we're going to survive if we try and come back in a single pass. What's a good aero braking height that doesn't mean we're killing everyone? Let's go with 55 and we'll just... that's not great, is it? Let's try 45. Ooh, we got ourselves a crossover there. That's fine. That's fine. It's going to take a couple of orbits. Oh, that's close. That's close. We'll just take this. We'll just take this. I think... I was going to give her therefore I am, but, you know. Do I really? Do I really? Okay, let's try just going through it. Let's just try going through it. Let's warp over here. What is the worst that can happen? I am going to be orientated at this weird angle, as you can see, in an attempt to try and slow down faster. As I'm sure you can guess, this gives more drag than this. Whether that's advisable for this first pass. I don't know. I hope it's just this first pass is fine, you know? Ideally without exploding things like my not my solar panels, my parachutes. The solar panels I don't really care about. Parachutes I care deeply about. I do wish that when I brought my engineer up here, I'd put a bunch of drogue chutes on it. Drogue chutes would have made my life very much better. Oh, look, it's all the rivers again. It's all the rivers again. But so far, we're not even in the atmosphere. There we go. Now we're in the atmosphere. I'm just watching for reds. I'm just watching for red lights. Particularly on this one. Unfortunately, it doesn't give us any heating information on here. I'm hoping that the aerial will burn first, but I don't think it will. I'm fairly sure the parachute will burn first. And what I do, if it even gets close, I'm going to retrograde this. I mean, I could just like spin, and then each of the components is getting less heat. It's even better if we do it this way. There we go. It just does that then. Do we have? I'm going to press this button again. Not really any aerodynamic forces to speak of. I don't want to push my nose forwards, but it does look to be the way that it's trying to do. This could just be a tumbling phenomenon, though. There is a... Ooh, is this getting hot? Yeah, things are getting hot. Okay, let's press that and press this and hopefully turn around before it gets too hot. 2.6 kilometers per second is very fast. I don't know if you guys are aware, but that's a very fast speed. I sometimes feel like the Kerbals take up just a little bit too much room down here. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that one. Changing my camera angle as well, just to... surface. Here we go. Just going to pass the camera back and forth. All right, let's try and do this one at a bit double time, shall we? Because these first couple of passes, they're going to be long. They're going to be long. We're only really going to be burning off a little bit of speed. Unfortunately, I would have to be able to drop a kilometer for this to be worth burning my engine right now, and I can't. I can only drop 3.5 100 meters. And 3.5, it's about a third of 1,000, you know. So it's not where I want to be. The moment we get to under 2,000, though, I might very well burn my engine at that point to try and slow us down. We will have similar problems to that last craft where it might be too aerodynamic in this direction. So I will have to try and watch out for that. We're really past periapsis already. Okay, tis a thing. Okay, so this one's going to end up on this blue line. This blue line's going to end up on this white line. Then the next one is this white line, and that should then be us landing, because we got a little landing crossover there. So one of these is definitely us landing. Right, we're going to go ×4 until we get up to 70. This is the true jeopardy of this mission. Are we actually going to be able to bring these guys back without killing them? I hope so, because they're going to pay me a lot of money. Like a lot of money. The sounds of orbit have joined us again. Hello. And around we go. I love that. Like watching the craft like stay in the same spot whilst you follow the planet round. It's nice. It's nice. So again, I want to be pointed normal until I can't point normal anymore because it's too much drag. It's just to really speed this process up. We have been here far too often, you know, waiting for the atmosphere to slow us down enough that we actually come back home. And I'd like to get through this process pretty quickly. I do wonder whether there'll be any refinements in Kerbal Space Program 2 to the landing process. Not so much like trying to land, but coming home, right? A lot of times, if things are... Oh, there we go. If things are going to be a little bit dodgy, this is the point where they're going to be a little bit dodgy, right? This is the point where things can and do quite regularly display themselves as having gone wrong. Right? I could have burnt too much fuel. years ago, right? A mission going out to Elu could actually doom itself years before it gets back to Kerbin, right? And it's coming. You've hit Kerbin's atmosphere, but you're just going too fast to do anything other than slow yourself down to just a bear capture. And you can go round 17, 18, 20 times, right? And you can come home. But that's boring. Like, it's next level. It's one of the reasons why I say Kerbal is a great simulation, not a great game. I've said this, I don't know, since a year after Kerbal came out. It's not a great game. It's really not a great game. It is an amazing space simulation, though. You know, if you want orbital dynamics, I don't think there's a better game out there, honestly. But if you actually want gamification, points, scores, feel goods, you know, things like that, the things that we normally play a game for. Like even Minecraft does better than this. I suppose opening the tech tree is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't feel like this makes a very good good system for a game. So yeah, I've said this since Kerbal 2 was first announced. I hope that's the one place that they do spend a lot of time tweaking and thinking about how... Is it feedback? Is it feedback that we really want? How to increase the gratification of it? Don't get me wrong. First time you land on the moon, dopamine overload, right? Like don't get me. I understand. But how would you put a score in this game? How would you taint it with actual gamification? I don't know. I'm not a game developer though, so I don't know whether I need to know. Wait, before we leave the drag, we can turn normal and get a bit more extra drag. I'm down for the extra drag. I just got the needs fuel highlighted over there. There we go. Did you know you can right click on anything and it will leave the writing up there for you? Oh, I shouldn't have done that one. There we go. Any of the triangles, any of the ships, any of the launch sites, the landing. Oh no. Okay, I thought you could do these ones as well. I found out a thing you can't. All right, that's science in action. That's not science in action. I just want to say. Too many times I see things like, yeah, science in action. It's just like a demonstration, or it's like it's confirmation, not trying to like disprove stuff like that. Which, you know, I get a bit pretentious at this point, but that's where real science lies. Trying to disprove stuff. Though I say that whilst I'm studying the one branch of science. Really more about observation and trying to fit data to the model, right? Or, well, the other way around, trying to fit the model to the data. You don't big problems if you're doing it the other way around. I'm not saying it never happens, but you shouldn't. Oh no, you shouldn't. That's one of the things that has really. Oh look, this craft pointing at that star the whole time. Look at that. That's cool. I had a point. I got distracted by it. Still 2.2 kilometers per second. We've only bled off like 200 meters per second per turn. But this should be enough now. This should be enough. We're going down to 43 kilometers. We're going to be crashing somewhere over there. Okay, that's nice. I mean, I could burn upwards and land ourselves over there, but that never works. Every time I try and make it happen, it doesn't. So I'm going to just save the fuel this time. 3, because 4 the physics gets a little bit weird. Even 3 the physics gets a little bit weird, but I'm going to accept it for now. Let's have a look at what's going on. Maybe. Ready to click. Camera free again. Okay. 57. I don't know what point I really want to be hitting the retrograde number here. Obviously, the slower we go, the deeper in the atmosphere we can go before the friction becomes too much of a problem. Okay, I'm going to pop my parachutes. Did that pop my parachutes? Okay, there we go. That popped my parachutes. And rather than... Oh, I don't know. So I'm tempted by what I've just learned with the engineer knows best. Instead of pointing purely retrograde, which is just a little bit too streamlined, I might hit stability assist. And this is going to leave me pointing pretty much at the horizon. So as I build up more... angle of attack, is that what it's called? I think where the air comes underneath and hits the underside, as you can see it's starting to do here. I'm going to get a little bit of lift being induced, and thus we should be able, that's a little too far, to stop ourselves slamming into the floor too hard. It's the big problem. It's how I've killed my Kerbals every time so far. How do we kill Kerbals that's not slamming them into the atmosphere too hard? Also a problem. I feel like I might want to hit retrograde soon. I feel like we're being slowly talked around. Look at this pitch. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Why we have enough authority to try and do that. So whilst this is only pitching mildly, I can then go, do it a bit harder and we can get back to retrograde. But if it's already pitching up at maximum and I want to try and turn back, it's not going to have anywhere to go, right? It's not going to have the ability to... It's not going to have the extra authority it needs. I love how fast we're losing speed. This is good. This is good. How we look. Oh, we're going to go over the crater. One of my favourite features on the whole of Kerbal. I don't know if you've been able to tell. Every time I go over it, I'm like, oh, yes, great. If you have Kerbinside, I believe that's the name of the mod. It's been a while since I put it on, actually. One of the ones that just kind of like fleshes out Kerbin, gives you some extra launch sites and things like that. It's got the Arecibo telescope in the middle of the crater. It's a great little landmark. So this mountain in the middle, in real life, is like a splash. If you drop something into water, first it craters out, and then as the water rushes back in, it slams into itself and makes a little spike up the middle. The same thing happens with rock. If you hit it hard enough, and it all gets pretty hard, and it all gets pretty, I'm going to say gooey, because it never really liquefies. It's just so much force involved that it just gets pushed around like it is liquid. It will splash back and then solidify with this mountain in the middle. If you go and check out any of the craters around the solar system, the majority of the big ones, there is a certain size crater you need to have. Under a certain size, they're just a bowl, and then you get this mountain in the middle over that critical size. I don't know what that critical size is, though. I should imagine it's different for each body that you're on. Like, the higher the gravity, the less likely it is. More likely it is because it splashes harder. I don't know, to get a mountain in the middle. Okay, so far so good. I feel like we're not dead yet. And I feel like we're not tumbling uncontrolled, so that's also good. It is a fear. It is a fear, but I think we're fine. Are we about to tumble? I'm just going to hit retrograde at this point. Ooh, we're about to tumble. Engine. Okay, we're good. Engine. Hey, look at that. I thought we were dead there. I thought I was done for. But I managed to get that engine going just the right times to be able to control my swing. Oh, that was very scary. Very, very scary. We have no control now. Oh, I hate this. Do we not have a curb? We've got a pilot on board. Hilwin is my pilot. Why do I not have pilot control? I mean, we're thankfully going slow enough that it doesn't really matter now. But If we could just get out of this plasma cloud. No, we're good for electric. It's the plasma has given me... Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Are we going to be able to swing this round? Do I have any RCS? Maybe I want to go normal, anti-normal, whatever one it will take here. Oh, let's not do this. Oh, it was going so well. It was going so well. Let's try the radial out, see if that's any better. Okay, I think I will take it. It's not pretty, but I will take it. Parachutes are popped, right? Not popped. Parachutes are deployed. Yeah, okay. I think at least half of them I'm gonna want when risky. All right, let's do some stuff around here. Oh man, no, you can't go through one without. Oh man. Okay, all right, fine, fine. So what just happened there is I can't go from risky to safe without going through immediate. I feel cheated. Honestly, I feel super cheated. I can't turn this round. And with that, I am going to say thank you very much for joining me for this adventure, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you now, guys, next time when we're going to go figure that out. I did do a quick save, right? But I will see you then when we're going to do that. That's annoyed me. Bye!